Alrighty, hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Laura and here I talk about mental health, minimalism, lifestyle, and throw balls for my dog. I did just play with him for like 20 minutes because I wanted him to try get it out of his system. Oh, there he goes. Maybe he's going to be chill now. And also, my little family's journey of moving from New Zealand to Germany and in about 3 months having a baby. So yeah, there's a lot going on here. Yes, I have been diagnosed with ADHD, for those wondering. Yep, I've now officially been diagnosed. This is why I do many things at once. But that works for me. And that's okay. So I wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update as to what our current situation is, because it's a little bit crazy. So I gave like a quick little update as to what's happened up till now. And I'll also be doing a very short update soon on like the story of why we ended up leaving the country 4 days later than we were meant to. And that happened the day we were meant to leave. Anyway, but where are we at now? So we are currently in an Airbnb in Hanover, Germany. We booked for a month, and that was basically just me like arbitrarily going. A month seems like a reasonable amount of time to find somewhere to live, right? I think it's also slightly wishful thinking because arriving mid-November and then being out of this Airbnb by mid-December, like, you know, I really wanted to be in kind of our own place, like our own apartment, at least for the next wee while, by the time we get to mid-December. But I'll tell you what, firstly, the Germans are very like first of the month. In New Zealand, and I assume in Australia, like there is no rhyme or reason to the day that a place becomes available that you can move in, like whatever. There is nothing to it. It's random. No, the Germans first of the month. So us us finishing up in here on the 14th of December is really not a good idea. I've learned this now. The Germans are very much first of the month, so we've got that now. Secondly, in New Zealand, we never had to show nearly as much like documentation as we're finding here in Germany. And currently it doesn't line up with what our situation is. So we are both not working. I'm actually on leave from my job in New Zealand because maternity leave, yay. My husband's resigned from his job, but we have sold our house. So we have like all of the deposit from our house back. Plus we did pay down obviously on the principal over the last 4 years. No capital gains because the market sucks right now, but that's okay. But we have like a decent amount of money, like we can pay our rent, right? But the Germans are very like long-term, and they want the standard situation. And the standard situation is that you would show up, you would say, here's my last 3 paychecks, here's my job contract for how much I get paid, here's all of my rental history and all of that. And we don't have that. I mean, we can show that we've been paying our mortgage in New Zealand, and I can show what my pay is up till now, and my letter saying that I'm on maternity leave. But because we're on the Chancenkarte visa, which is the opportunity card, the point is that we can show up, we can be here. We had to show that we have money to support ourselves in order to get the visa. But obviously the German landlords like don't care, right? They just want someone in a normal situation. So that's been quite tricky. So what we're looking at doing is getting, I'm just ignoring the dog, is getting a 6-month sublet. So then we're just kind of dealing with the tenants. We're not having to actually like apply through landlords, and it's also quite helpful because we don't know how long we're going to be here in Hanover. So going into a place that's already like fully furnished, at least for the first like 6 months until things are maybe a bit more clear, is actually just really helpful generally. I'm not sure if he's trying to make this more comfy or if he's just like playing. I'm really not sure. So the reason why I say the situation a bit more clearer is that yes, we are based in Hanover, Germany to begin with, but this is sort of a starting point for us. My husband will be trying to get jobs with orchestras basically all over Germany. We're also open to applying for jobs like in Austria or in Switzerland or potentially in like Sweden or Denmark, all of that. So this is sort of our base of operations for now, and there's this sort of a good setup in terms of getting up to speed and learning and doing more and getting into the scene and all of that that's why we chose to be here to begin with. But it doesn't mean that we're going to be here long term. And that's the other thing. The German landlords want someone who's planning to be here for the next like 3 years at least. So anyway, we're viewing a place in the next few days that would be available before Christmas. And we've got another couple on our radar that would be available in early January. So at that point, I would be like 35, 36 weeks pregnant. So yeah, it's a little bit stressful. It is a little bit stressful. The thing that's helping is that now at least we do have some options for a little bit there. I was not hearing back from anyone at all, and that was really starting to get to me. I was also jet lagged for a bit last week, so we got in on Monday, and I think the jet lag only started to properly wear off sort of Saturday. I would say I think that's partly because I'm 6 months pregnant. Baby was getting everything that they needed. Baby's been doing great, and I had a midwife checkup yesterday. Baby's still doing great. Sugars and proteins are all great, so that's no sign of gestational diabetes or preeclampsia, which is great. And heart rate is good. Baby's feeling like they're a good size and they're in a good position and they're moving around and everything. So yeah, it's all, baby's doing great. Just meant that I felt like total garbage up until a few days ago. So now that I am not feeling so completely exhausted, and that we have what looks like a couple of decent options for where to live for the next sort of 5 to 6 months, I'm feeling a lot better about that. I will also say it's been tough being in an attic apartment. I didn't quite realize just how tall the floor levels are here. Like I swear they're like 15 feet or something ridiculous. Maybe not 15, but like 12. It's like 4 meters. I counted today to get from the ground level up to our place, and that doesn't include the fact that to get to the bed is a loft, is 92 stairs. So today, because I had a couple of extra things to do, I had to go down and come back up again 4 times. So that plus the loft stairs, plus the other few stairs I had to do around and about. I've probably done about 500 stairs today at 6 months pregnant. So yeah, everything's just a bit kind of hard and draining right now. And I think up until today, I was kind of feeling like things are just going to get harder. And that's a really tough position to be in mentally, to feel like you're struggling and to then feel like things are just going to get harder. And I think what I realized was that once we're out of this attic apartment, we'll be in another Airbnb for either sort of 10 days-ish or for a few weeks. But once we're out of that and we're into something that's not an attic, that's going to make things easier. If we do go with one of the places that isn't available till January, they've said that we can like put some stuff there before that. So like stuff for the baby and some extra music stuff and like summer clothes, things like that, we can pack into a few suitcases and put there. So then we're dealing with less stuff as we go, right? So that's going to make life easier. We now have better clothes for here. We both got some fleece-lined waterproof pants, which are great. I have ordered some like snow boots from Timberland, which I'm really looking forward to. So yeah, I'm trying to stay in the mindset that yes, like physically pregnancy-wise, things might get harder, but I'm trying to keep in the mindset of things are going to get easier because we're going to be closer to being in our place. We are going to start getting a few things. It's like coming up to Black Friday. So I think I'm going to get baby's car seat sorted. We'll organize a trip to Berlin to get a second-hand stroller, just because there's not nearly as much available here in Hanover. So I can start to get excited about getting stuff for the baby. So trying to stay in a positive mindset. I'm really not looking forward to the kind of, feels like it's about 75% likely possibility that will be in just like a room in an Airbnb for Christmas. I really am not excited about that. But I had a thought yesterday that made me feel so much happier, which I will share with you, which was that I was like, but this time next year, we'll have like a 9-month-old baby. We'll almost certainly be like more settled and in like more of a place that feels like our own by that point. And I was just imagining me and my husband with our baby and the dog, just like walking around the Christmas markets, wherever it is that we are at that point, and how like magical that is going to be. So that's keeping me going. That's making me feel a lot better about our current situation. Yeah, I think that I've gotten used to having like a home base that really feels like home, and not having that is tough. But I think also there's just like a hormonal, like an instinct thing that is telling me that I'm, in my 3rd trimester, and my body wants to be in a space where I know I can just make it my own and relax and nest, right? It's not even about like making everything look pretty and having all of the stuff set up perfectly for the baby. I just need to feel like I have a safe home base that I can just be myself in, like mentally, physically, emotionally. I just really, really want that. So that is where we're at the moment. As you can tell, it's been a little bit of a struggle, but things are looking up, things are getting better. And yeah, looking forward to, seeing what the next wee while holds. Thank you guys so much for being here. Let me know down below if you have any questions. I'm trying to sort of cover off everything without assuming stuff, but then I'm also not wanting to talk for like half an hour at you guys. So if you feel like I've missed anything that's like glaring, please do ask. And other than that, I will see you guys again soon. Bye.